Hey everyone, I'm back, and today we're going to be talking about Happy Feet. And this movie came out in 2006, and it stars Robin Williams, Elijah Wood, Brittany Murphy, Hugh Jackman, Nicole Kidman, and Hugo Weaving is in it too. And it has a big cast, and this is my first time watching this movie. And my biggest reason as to why I watched it is because of the director, George Miller, the same director as all of the Mad Max movies. We got these ones, Fury Road, Road Warrior, and Beyond Thunderdome. We got the 4K of Fury Road and Furiosa. So all of the Mad Max movies, obviously he did the first one as well. I just don't own it. But point is, I like George Miller, and I decided to check this movie out, and I liked it. I enjoyed it more than I thought I would, and one thing that really elevated my experience with this movie was the cinematography and some interesting shots as well. Like, I was not expecting this movie to be very well shot. I was expecting it to be kind of bland looking, but fortunately, in this movie, there are some interesting shots and sequences that really work for me. And there's one scene in this movie that's kind of like an action scene that is basically just penguins sliding down a hill and an avalanche happens, basically. And it honestly felt like a Mad Max action scene. That's what I was thinking while watching it, and it was a lot of fun. That was like one of my favorite parts of the movie for sure. And I can imagine me watching that as a kid and it just absolutely blowing me away. And like, yeah, I want to rewatch that scene again. That was so much fun. Obviously, it makes sense because George Miller is heavily experienced with action scenes. And so that's why it turned out as good as it did. The animation for the movie looked good for 2006. There wasn't anything that was like offensively bad about it, or nothing looked too terrible. And I like penguins. I've always liked penguins. I don't know why. I just like them. I thought the acting was good, mostly from the adult actors. And yeah, the child acting, not the best thing in the world, but luckily they're not in the movie too much. Or at least that's how I felt while watching the movie. And the licensed music I enjoyed in the movie. I thought it was kind of fun, and there are some memorable characters in this movie that are fun to watch. And there's quite a few characters, and the side characters are especially interesting and like so much fun and add to the movie so much. I like the tone of the movie, and the comedy worked for me pretty well. I was laughing whenever it was trying to be funny. The movie itself is kind of cheesy for me, and there are points where it does kind of drag the pacing a little bit, but fortunately it doesn't dawn on those scenes too much. And there were a couple of characters that I found to be kind of annoying and didn't really add much to my experience. And he's at an age where, like, okay, clearly you know that you can't sing, and that's made clear not just by your family but also everyone around you, that you're a horrible singer. And so he just tap dances, but no one wants that to happen. And he's just constantly singing whenever he's excited. And I get it. It makes sense for the character, but I don't know if I would still buy that he would do that, even knowing everything that people keep telling him. And it wasn't really big on any romance that happened in the film, which is kind of hinted at, but I don't know, it just didn't really do anything for me. And if it was cut out of the movie, I feel as though the movie would be no different. And there are parts of this movie that genuinely reminded me of the Mad Max movies, just in terms of how things were presented and shown. And it was kind of funny from that perspective, and not just from the action scenes, just the way this world is set up. And it just kind of reminded me of that. Like, the character Lovelace in this movie is pretty much pulled directly out of a Mad Max movie and just put in a kid's movie. Just the way he was presented visually. I thought that was kind of funny, but that's about all I have to say about Happy Feet. It was fun. I liked the tap dancing scenes. They were kind of fun, and there were some interesting characters and memorable scenes that I thoroughly enjoyed. Gets kind of cheesy at points, but all in all, there's more positives in this movie for me than negatives, and I can see myself coming back to this movie at some point. Didn't hate it, thoroughly enjoyed it, has some great shots in it. So check it out. It's currently on Netflix, so it should be pretty easy for you to find. And with all that being said, I'm going to give Happy Feet a 6 out of 10. Thank you for watching my videos. As always, if you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like and comment down below your thought of Happy Feet and my social media links. They will all be in the description, so follow me there. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation, and I'll see you when I get my next review up, and that is going to be for the SpongeBob SquarePants movie. So look forward to that, but until I get that up, thank you for watching and have a great day.